87 in the Asia's best restaurant.
I don't want to make myself sound too old, but restaurant, and that's where I realized that I want to be a chef. February, I moved to Delhi, so Delhi has been my Valentine's. I'm very sure we're going to prove you wrong.
Because we are the best.
No,
Because we are. So Nagpur to UAE and all the way to Delhi now.
I was born and brought up in Nagpur, and I did my engineering, and I think I've always watched cooking shows, travel shows more than watching cartoons. I would say so. I always knew that I wanted to be a chef, but just didn't realize it. I think the kind of generation I come from. I don't want to make myself sound too old, but I think the generation I come from, I think our parents did not have the awareness that this could be also turned into a profession. So I think so. I did my engineering from Nagpur, and in my last year of college, I started working for a really small restaurant, and that's where I realized that I want to be a chef. That the kitchen is my space. So for working for like a year, I would say 11 months in Nagpur in this really small restaurant which used to make like pizzas and burgers, vegetarian stuff. I knew that this was my space. Then I worked in Pune for a bit, and then I told my dad that I wanted to be a chef. I told my dad after my 12th, before doing my engineering, but he was like, no, you need to do something which will give you money. But I knew after my engineering that this is what I want to be. So I enrolled myself into Culinary Arts in Hyderabad. Once I completed that, I worked in India for 2 months, I would say, and then I moved to Dubai. Chef Sujan had hired me for dressing, but then unfortunately Chef Sujan had to leave, and then Chef Himanshu came on board. I worked with Trescent. I was part of the pre-opening team of Trescent. I worked with Chef Himanshu for 3.5 years. Then I started working with the same company. I opened a restaurant by the name of Mohalla, and after doing that for 5 years, where I felt like now I need to get back into fine dining, because Trescent was fine dining. Mohalla, which is I would say upscale casual Indian restaurant, I wanted to get back into fine dining. So, and I wanted to stick to Indian cuisine, but wanted to do something completely different or bring in a different aspect to Indian cuisine, right? I mean, and I think the reason why I was thinking in that path is because I was compared a lot growing up with friends, like, oh, unke itna percentage mil raha hai, they're getting these kind of jobs, and all of that. So I hate being compared, and I think probably that's the reason why I came up with such a unique concept, I would say.
Lovely.
And 2023, 14th of February, I moved to Delhi. So Delhi has been my Valentine since then.
87 in the Asia's best restaurant.
87th, yes.
Yeah, 87th.
Yeah.
And what do you think about this ranking? And I'm sure there was so like now India is being recognized. Otherwise, before there was nothing. Now it's like slowly getting there. What do you think about that whole journey? Like what was lacking behind that, and what is going on smooth for them now that everyone's noticing them?
I think Indian chefs and Indian restaurants, they were already doing very well in different countries, right? Chef Gagan, Chef Himanshu in the Middle East, I would say. You've got this year's Gems Beard Award winner was for a Tamil restaurant by the name of Sema in New York. So a lot of Indian chefs are doing a lot of things all over the world, I would say, and it's a really good time for Indian cuisine. But I think with INJA, we did something completely unexpected. We brought these two different cultures, completely polar opposites of cuisines. We brought it together. So I would say this last 2, 3, 4 years have been a revolution in Indian cuisine, where now Indian chefs are doing something unimaginable.
Right.
And since the time I started my career, I always wanted to be in. Every chef, I would say, passionate chef dreams of to be recognized or to get validation, and to get that within a 1.5 years of opening of INJA, to be on that list, I think means a lot.
I'm sure so much of hard work is gone, and everyone, like, to stay put as a family means a lot of, to see everyone's going that emotional journey, that whole
Yeah.
physical journey, everything, and to take care of everything, because eventually it's that entire family that works together,
Yeah.
and also raises together, like,
True,
yeah,
true,
to
yeah.
get somewhere
Yeah,
today. Yeah.
yeah.
So moving on to my next question, what's your favorite here at India? What do you think, like, okay, you know what, you don't get anywhere in India?
Oh, there are a lot of dishes which you don't get anywhere, not just in India, in the world, I would say. Uh, my favorite dishes to eat, I would say, is basically the palak paneer. I love palak paneer. I love the koji chicken wings, what we do. Uh, we have this donabe pot, which is basically a clay pot in which we cook the rice itself, and on top of that we do this Bengali version of shorshe mach. So it's a very comforting dish.
Nice.
So those are my favorites, I would say. And so we are working on a new tasting menu, and in that we are doing a chawan mushi with a crab karamba, which is basically like it's like a curry from Tamil Nadu. It's brilliant.
I'm sure. I can't wait to try it.
And there's one more dish I want to tell you is what we do is something called as non-veg dessert. So it's a dessert which is made out of non-vegetarian things completely.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is.
And
It's on a new tasting menu.
what, that agar you're talking about it, because that's
No,
all-
not agar. No, it has chicken, it has fish.
What are you saying?
Yes.
Is it available right now?
Right now, no, right, not right now. It'll be on the tasting menu.
Oh, on the
Unfortunately,
tasting.
it's not
Okay,
right
yeah.
now, yes.
Nice. So, like, out of all the cuisines in the world, why did you want to blend with the Japanese bit?
If you think of it, Indian, French, it's kind of done. Indian, Italian, But I would say, if I would have done Indian, Italian,
You can get it in Haldiram.
the name would have been in it. No, but I would say that, when you think of Japanese food, and generally the perception of Japanese food in India is basically raw fish or something like that, right? Now, now when you think of this Japanese food, which is super minimalistic, very technique driven, very subtle on your palate, right? And on the opposite hand, you have Indian food, which is on your face, very complex. The balance of the spices is required, right? Now, these are like, it's like Laurel and Hardy coming together.
Opposite together,
right?
yeah.
It's basically opposite together.
Yeah.
So when the opposites come together, that's when it's more fun.
I can't like really wait to eat this, because it's like total, you're taking a 0 and a 1 and combining and making it a dish, like
Yeah.
literally, like, very good. But yeah, so so ever had a guest who just returned it, like the dish? I'm like, okay, I don't want it. I
The
don't like it.
dish, Yeah,
Or
we've
any
had,
kind of
we
a
have,
feedback
yeah,
like
we've-
that.
Yeah, we have had people who say that, no, we did not like the dish, or the dish is not good. And for me, if someone doesn't like one or two dishes out of, let's say, 6 dishes they've had, for me it's okay. I mean, I would love that everyone loves every dish, but very unfortunately, no, not every taste or every flavor is everyone's palate, right? It's, if I have to compare that with, for people to understand, a movie or an album has, let's say, 6 or 7 songs, right? You would probably only like 2 songs, right? But all of that music has been made by one artist, right? That doesn't mean that the music, what he has created, which you might have not even heard, or you don't like those songs, means are bad, right? It has been created by the same artist. You relate with few, you don't relate with few.
True that. Very well described. Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
I had not like really thought so much, but yeah, very well described. And what do you want to say to the audience, and anything that you would want to tell the audience?
I would say that when, what would I want to say? I would say that come to INJA with an open mind. Do not have perceptions or do not have a image what you create in your head about the kind of food what we do, because I'm very sure we're going to prove you wrong.
Because we are the best.
No,
Because we are the best. Of course,
it's not. No, no. It's not about being the best. It's about. It's about something which doesn't exist. What you've been doing, which doesn't exist. So people do not have a reference point to what exactly we do. So from the amount of dining out they've done, from the amount of food they have explored or experienced, they would come to a conclusion that, oh, this could be Indian Japanese, right? But what I have seen, what I think, or what my creative mind makes me think, could be very different than what you think, right? So that's what I'm saying. You need to come with an open mind to experience what exactly we do at INJA.
Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you so much.
We would love to have we would love to get back to the new tasting menu as well.
yes.
But of course, discover more about the Indian Japanese flavor. I'm very keen.
Now you're gonna eat.
Yes, I'm going to eat now, and let's see what he actually means. It's such an experience where, actually nowhere in the world, where would you search
Nowhere
Indian
in
and
the world,
Japanese
that is
mix?
true.
Either
But I
it's
think
Nobu or
probably
it's Indian food. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Probably we should have done this interview after you eat the meal, so that you would have
find out,
understood what.
No, I can narrate.
I mean, not
I know
understood,
what he's
but
trying to say right now.
yeah, but probably
Understand.
once you finish the meal, we do a quick round of what you think.
I can't wait to be flabbergasted by the whole flavor.
Thank you so much for the pressure.
Thank you.